Hello and welcome back everyone, I'm Day-Glo Buffalo and this is Let's Play Deus Ex Human Revolution, the Director's Cut. When we last left off, we were at the Omega Ranch in Singapore and we had found one of Serif's kidnapped scientists, and we were outside the lab where apparently a second one is working. So let's go inside and see if we can find them. Insert hands and gloves. Oh, to begin. There's the elevator that Dr. Colvin was talking about in the previous episode. And there's the scientist we're looking for. Hello, sir.
What do you want? I told you people not to barge in here. Wasn't the new biochip design enough?
Dr. Koss, I'm here to get you out.
Jensen? From Sarif? But we were told we'd been written off.
Not exactly.
Listen, Jensen. They forced me to work for them. I didn't want to create the new biochip, especially since it was based on Sarif's research, but they didn't give me a choice.
No one doubts your loyalty, Dr. Koss. Do you know what they plan to do with this new biochip?
I'm not sure. They said something about having Tai Young Medical produce it and distribute it through LIM, but I can't be sure.
I know, and I'm here to bring you all back. But to reach Megan, I need you, Colvin, and Faraday to stage lab accidents as a distraction, simultaneously.
Isn't that a little risky? Besides, how will we coordinate these accidents? It's impossible.
Maybe not. But it's that or staying here and eventually ending up like Dr. Sevchenko.
They killed him, didn't they? He kept provoking them, coming up with these wild escape plans. They try to keep us apart as much as possible now. All right, Mr. Jensen. I'm with you. What's our next move?
We need to disable their GPL tracker. I know Dr. Sevchenko was working on something.
Yes, a virus program. We all thought it was too risky considering we had nowhere to go. But I don't have it. You'd better check with Mia or Declan.
Well, let's go through our conversation options.
Dr. Koss, the biochip you mentioned was based on Sarif studies?
Yes, I believe so. At first I thought it was merely convergent research, but I've worked with Dr. Reed long enough to recognize her handiwork. Besides, I had been working on something similar back in Detroit.
And your knowledge of it made you invaluable here.
At least to a certain extent, it probably helped us all stay alive. But now with Dr. Shevchenko, I guess we've all become expendable. Except for Dr. Reed, I suppose.
Why do you say that?
It's more of a general feeling, I guess. Back in Detroit, we all realized that we were on the verge of something groundbreaking. And here, well, everyone seems to view her research as crucial in some way.
That might explain why she's being held in a secured area.
Possibly. I'm just glad we're going home. It's kind of hard to believe.
Declan, right. Dr. Koss, do you have any idea where they're keeping him?
I might. I overheard some of the guards. I think he might be working in the basement of the biomech labs. But I'm not sure.
Sit tight, Dr. Koss. When you feel a vibration from your GPL, set off that distraction. That'll be the signal.
I will. Good luck, Mr. Jensen. And hurry.
Okay, so 2 scientists down and 1 to go. Oh, that's his office. And I saw a book over here earlier. Yes, indeed. The 6-Month War, a history of the conflict. With the absorption of Palestine into the United Arab Front, it was inevitable that the coalition of nations first conceived by Iran in 2014 would turn their attention to Israel. Generations of Arabs who had grown up knowing of nothing but conflict with their neighbors were stirred to belligerence by the new power of the UAF. And emboldened by expansionist doctrines, plans were laid out for a lightning strike assault. In March of 2021, the conflict that would become known as the 6-Month War was ignited by a massed invasion. A carefully coordinated attack using infantry and armored elements, fighters and bombers, short-range ballistic missiles, and limited littoral sea power struck at Israeli defense forces. but the key element of the engagement was the use of covert augmented operatives and cyber warfare units to cripple defensive command and control networks and nuclear retaliatory strike capabilities. Okay, nothing of interest. So let's check the office. And there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of anything here either, except for the computer. Okay, from Vasily Sevchenko. Courage, my boy. Eric, I don't know where they're keeping you, but rest assured, you are not alone. Declan and I are being forced to work in the Microgen building, separately, of course, but from time to time, our paths have crossed. I intend to get us out of here. If there's any way for you to slip a note to the morgue telling Declan where you are, then do it. I'll find a way to get you home, son. Stay strong. So, Sevchenko is definitely working to undermine this whole thing. Dr. Reed, I don't mean to rock the boat, but maybe you could convince them to let you come by and check on my work in person sometime. I feel it's progressing in the right direction, but since I don't have access to the original Patient X files anymore, I'm simply not sure I'm getting the mutagenic chemical composition right. And you know how important that formula is when it comes to stabilizing the nerve interface connection. Without it, these biochips won't work at all, Eric. I hear you, Eric, and I understand, but I don't think they'll listen to me. It was hard enough convincing them to allow this level of interaction between us. Soldiers are used to being compartmentalized. They think everyone else should be able to work in the dark too, knowing only half the information. I am reviewing all the work though, so don't worry. I'll let you know if you're straying too far off. Okay, so I think that's this floor all done as well. So, now we have to find Declan, I believe. Let's get back into the main room. Take a shortcut down. And, wait. Actually, I'm wondering if we break through the wall. First of all, we need to go up one floor because that's where the sky bridge is. But I was thinking if we break through this wall, we might have access to the turret back here. And like, even if we don't turn it off, we can just put it in a corner so it doesn't bother us. That might be worth a try. Wait. Yeah, I have to go through here. So first of all, let's see. Doesn't seem to be anybody around. I think we're alone now. Oh wait, there's somebody looking this way. Okay, he turned around. Oh, there's the terminal for the turret. And there is a guy who patrols down here. Oh, okay, this guy walks back and forth, and the other guy just sits there. Okay, new hardware. Okay, while we're reading this, the game actually pauses. We recently received a new shipment of hardware from HQ. It's some heavy-duty weaponry, so we've placed it all in secure storage near Hangar 01. The code is 2410. Until further orders are given, this equipment is for emergency use only. If I see any of you jackals looking for field upgrades, I'll have your hides. The same goes for the rest of the men in your companies. Please update your officer requisition databases. Thanks. So I was hoping to maybe get a login too. Can we? No! So close! We're hiding behind his buddy. Okay, that was very much half-assed, but it seems to have worked. Let's grab this. Put it over here. Man, if we had been a split second faster, we could have taken out both guys in one go. There's a guy over there, but he doesn't seem to see that far. Nothing we need. So another level 4.
Access granted.
Okay, disable, disable, turn off, and disconnect. So we shut down the turret, and we shut down the mech that we probably saw earlier. Not 100% sure where it is. Well, the good thing, if it's shut off, don't really have to worry about it.
Someone hiding over there? Outside the area!
All right, that was the wrong thing to do, so let's take him over here. And stash him here. Here's the guy. And here's a hole in the fence. So, we've taken out everybody out here. And I think this was just an alternate place for disabling the jammer. So nothing much to worry about.
Access granted.
We did get a praxis kit in the meantime. We're accumulating XP more slowly here. So we obviously have to go in there. Let's first just check out this area here in case there was anything of interest. But there is not. Let's also grab this guy. And bring him back here. Have him be a little bit more out of the way. Now the question is, do we want to walk through here or do we want to go take the Skyway? I think I'm going to go for the Skyway because it would be better if we work our way down from the top instead of the other way around. Even though the guys on the upper floors don't seem to be paying a whole lot of attention to the other floors. But, oh well. Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore. So, I see two guards. Over there. But no access. Because the Skyway just leads back down. So that's disappointing. There's a guy over there, guy down there, who's the guy we're looking for. And a guy over there. Okay, now they're looking directly at each other. See another guy on the radar over there looking towards us, but I don't think he's in this room. Or actually, no, I don't think that's him. No, that's the yellow marker on our radar. Yeah, I don't like this setup at all. So, I've come around to the main door because, I don't know, maybe going in from here works better. Because I didn't find a angle of attack from the other side that I liked. So let's see. Pocket secretary, don't want Pep's energy. Okay, Lou. I'm redoing everyone's logins and passcodes because of that spam mail that got through to the Gen Lab. I have a login for you. El Morano. Could you come up with a password and let me know? This is time sensitive. Steven. Let me guess, it was one of those Nigerian spam mails, wasn't it? Ha! Regardless, here's my new password, Morpheus. Wait, I was confused for a second. Where's the hack button again?
Access granted.
Easy as pie. Okay, from Dwayne Crosby to Lou Morano, simple favor. Greetings, warrior personnel. I am writing to you for the second time this week in hopes of receiving the requested equipment I outlined in my previous correspondence. As of yet, unidentified saboteur is compromising the integrity of my workstation with his or her blatant disregard for morality and common decency, in what is quickly becoming a recurring event. I have returned to my computer only to find it defiled with pornographic images. These images, depicting humans engaged in gross acts of unnatural copulation with farm animals, is both an affront to my senses and an insult to the time-honored traditions of the agricultural industry, not to mention respectable animal husbandry practices. I ask only that you supply me with access to at least one in parentheses, device for electronic motion picture acquisition, ideally with both normal and low-light recording capabilities, so that I might catch this purveyor of juvenile delinquency in the act. Your humble charge, Dwayne Crosby. Why is he writing to the guy who, like, works in the front office? So, okay, I was expecting to go that way into the main room, but apparently not. We got the ProTac 500, apparently. Okay. Can we take this guy out? Yep, that guy doesn't notice. Apparently all that heavy armor is impairing his vision.
Someone hiding over there.
No. Wait. And apparently their patterns changed when I reloaded, which is quite unfortunate. Okay. So that's one guy taken care of. All right. So, okay, there's a guy over there in that office. And that's the guy we're looking for. Wow, he must not feel watched at all, considering he literally works under a glass ceiling. Is that guy in this room? No, he's in the next room. Ah, there's a vent. Always look behind a copier. Because, you know, that's where you put copiers in front of vents. Because that's what vents are for, to be blocked. Okay. Test results. Subject 521. Hey there, just finished running the tests you asked for on that Asian girl. Subject 521. Sorry to say, it looks like an epic fail. I applied the stimulus pattern exactly as prescribed, and even cross-checked it with the Eberhard module. But the BMI you implanted isn't picking up any activity in the cortical neurons. I think you might need to go back to the drawing board on this one. Urinalysis and radiation screening reminder. A reminder to all Omega Ranch personnel. Regular radiation and biohazard screenings are a requirement of continued employment in the Black Mesa research labs. This is a direct quote from Half-Life in the Omega Ranch research facility. Missing a scheduled urinalysis or radiation checkup as grounds for immediate termination. If you feel you have been exposed to radioactive or other hazardous materials in the course of your duties, contact your radiation safety officer immediately. Work safe, work smart. Your future depends on it. So, a little nod there to Half-Life. That is, if you're not familiar with Half-Life, first of all, well, go play Half-Life immediately. The first game is great. Some of it is aged a little bit, of course. It's a 20-year-old game, but it's still, for me, one of the best first-person shooters ever made. Maybe the best first-person shooter ever made. Of course, then Half-Life 2 and all of those are great as well. But Half-Life was the game that got me into first-person shooters. And, yeah. In the beginning, you ride like a tram to work. And there are, you know, automated pre-recorded messages playing. And that one about urinalysis and radiation screening is one of them. And it comes up right as you're walking, as you're being driven past this huge vat of, like, green goo that is leaking all over the place. Okay, yes. Oh man! I want that ammo. What can we drop? He's got a crap ton of these. Yep. All right. And there's a paper. Key world players to visit Panchaea. Billionaire Hugh Darrow is inviting the world to Panchaea, his state-of-the-art installation in the high Arctic. Darrow will be bringing key delegates from the United Nations, important players in the augmentation debate, and high-ranking government officials from around the world for a 3-day summit. Topping the agenda will be the augmentation issue. Insiders believe that Darrow and Limb, a major sponsor of the Panchaea project, are working together to reach an agreement with the UN and other international bodies concerning the regulation of human enhancement technology. Employing the highest percentage of augmented people in the world, Panchaea is a fitting stage to showcase and debate the possibilities that human enhancement represents. Explosions shut down port on Hengsha Island. Shipping on the Yangtze River continues to be disrupted days after a violent explosion shut down the port of Hanming on Hengsha Island. The small dockyard, leased by Bell Tower Associates, sustained heavy damages. Chinese authorities believe Australian terrorists may be behind the bombing. Nothing behind the trash can. Oh, well, we just dropped some of those cyber boost bars. Okay, so it looks like there's nothing else of interest in here. Is this the office? Nope, the two guys are upstairs. So these are just random offices. But anyway, I see we've gone long enough, so we'll explore these offices in the next part. So for now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like or comment below, subscribe to stay up to date, and I will see you in the next part. So until then, have a good one.